Welcome, LifeBlood. This is George G, and the time is right. Welcome to today's guest, strong and powerful Mohit Tater. Mohit, are you ready to do this?
Ready to do this, George. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right, excited to have you on. Let's go. Mohit is a serial entrepreneur, investor, and consultant with business experience from around the world. He's the founder and CEO of micro private equity firm Blackbook Investments. Mohit, excited to have you on. Tell us a little bit about your personal life, some more about your work, why you do what you do.
Yeah, sure. I'll just give a quick rundown of how I got to where I am today. I'm Mohit. I'm from India, a city called Jodhpur, also called the Blue City. And I am here. I'm calling from here today. Uh, I visit here often, like every month. So stay close to family and friends. Otherwise, I'm basically mostly based in New Delhi, close to New Delhi rather, in Gurgaon. So I started my career about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I went to one of the top colleges in the country and did my engineering and all. And then after that, I decided to take up a job for about a year. But it was pre-decided that I'm not going to hold on to that job for long because I want to do my own thing, which is what I did. So I quit the job in about 1 year and started experimenting with different businesses, online businesses, starting with blogging. I was learning to create websites and learning WordPress while at the job, like in the evenings, I mean. So I learned that. I started making websites, blogs, review blogs, all of that, started blogging. But that didn't turn out well for me because I could not make any money from that for about a year and a half. I tried that. And then I yeah, then I was like, there must be some way to make this online thing work, make money online, like we all search for it when we start off our journey. And why I wanted to do something online was because I wanted the time freedom and location freedom. I'd recently read the book For Our Work Week, which most of us have read. So that was the reason for me choosing to go for an online only business. It gives me the time and location freedom. And why I wanted to do business in the first place was because I'd read another book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, like when I was in grade 10. So that made me, want to go for doing my own business, doing my own thing. I did those two books influenced my career, I'd say. And I was like, okay, there must be some other way to go about it. So I came across this website called Flippa, which was a marketplace for buying and selling online businesses and websites. And I could see people selling their websites that were making money, that were generating revenue for a multiple of their earnings. So I had some money saved up, about a couple $1,000 back in 2012. And that's when I bought my first website / business. It was a social media marketing company, like not a company exactly, but yeah, a service rather, I'd say. And it was, I bought that for $2,500, ran that, grew that for 6 months and sold it for like 5 times what I paid for it, and also made money in the process, like while as income while I was running it. So that was my first taste of the online business and made me realize that, okay, this thing does work. I tried to replicate that thing, and I got scammed the second time around, $3,000 out of pocket, got scammed. But yeah, I mean, that is life. So I didn't lose heart. I just kept at it, and then bought another website, and that worked pretty well for me. So that started my online business career, I'd say. And that was in 2012 and 13. In 2014, I was visiting a friend of mine in the US. Actually, in 2013, when I had sold the first website, I was visiting a friend of mine in the US, and I always wanted to go to the US to visit and meet friends and all. And he saw me. I was living with him for a few weeks, so he saw me do something online on my laptop every day, and he was like, "What do you do?" So he got interested, and he's like, "I have some money to invest. Can you invest it on my behalf in a website or something?" Which is when the idea for Blackbook kind of originated. And we bought a website for him. I was managing it for him. It worked out beautifully for him. And then he got his family and friends involved. And in 2014, I formalized my company, Blackbook Investments. And the rest is history. Right now, we manage about $7 to $8 million worth of online businesses across our whole portfolio. And we are growing at quite a good pace right now. So yeah, in short, that's what I am, where I am, and what we do as a company.
What a great story. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
And
you.
kudos to you for, do you think that if you would have gotten scammed on the first one, that we wouldn't be having this conversation?
We wouldn't be talking, maybe, exactly. That was lucky. I do thank my stars every day, like that, I got lucky on the first deal. And yeah, I mean, I did the third due diligence. everything, that I could do to make sure it was not a scam. So, but yeah, still there were still could have been scammed. I could still have been scammed. So lucky me that it worked out well for me first time around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life is a funny thing.
Uh,
Is it knowable how many profitable online businesses that there are?
Hundreds, I mean, I'd say thousands, even actually, not even hundreds. There's a lot of brokers these days. There's a lot of marketplaces. This business is still this industry is still in the nascent stage, but it's growing very fast. Lots of private equity money is coming in. A lot of even VC-backed companies are getting into this. You've seen like companies like Thrasio and there's many more like Thrasio. They are like aggregators. They come in, they have investor money, they come in and buy businesses one after the other, and then they roll them up on the back end and they streamline operations and all. They do that so there's a lot of such companies and aggregators for e-com businesses, even SaaS. Not so many for content-based businesses like affiliate sites or display ad websites, which is what we are doing right now. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. So why did you zero in on the niche that you decided on?
Because that was the most straightforward to get started with, I'd say, because SaaS, software as a service, still needs you to be somewhat technical. I was not technical. Uh, then ecom has a physical component to it, which is, you have inventory, you have logistics, you need running capital, and then there are external factors that can affect the business, like, the pandemic or shipping costs, all of that. So I wanted it to be as online as it could be, like less tangible, fully intangible, so that way.
Yeah. So your model, your process is you are looking for companies that are profitable, they're having some success, and take it from there.
Take it from there. Yeah, we ideally try to buy and hold. We're long-term holders, so we try to identify companies that have a solid history of earnings and that have shown a growth trajectory, and then we take them over and then keep holding them. Either it's for our investors or for our own portfolio. We also work with one of the biggest, in fact, rather the biggest brokers in the industry, who are Empire Flippers, and we work with them on their Empire Flippers Capital program, wherein they match investors with operators. So we raised 2 rounds of investments with them, 1 million and 1.5 million, and we might do another one very soon. We raised that money and put that into buying content businesses for their investors. Yeah.
So you have it sounds like two models, one where you want to acquire and then manage them and run them and grow them and hold on to them, buy and hold, and then the other is potentially look for acquisition targets that you can build up and then sell again.
Yeah. So they both are kind of in a way the same. We don't buy with the aim of selling mostly, but yeah, unless an investor specifies that they're looking at a 2-year horizon or a 3-year horizon that they want to exit, we plan accordingly. So we buy assets. They have to pass our due diligence process, so there's no differentiation there. It's just that the amount the investor is looking to invest, that changes with every investor, and their holding period changes. That's two things. We also have our in-house group buy, or like fund of sorts, not a fund, but it's a group buy. And that's for people who do not have like $100,000 to invest with us, which is needed to work one-on-one with us. So we have a other option, which is a minimum of $25,000, a group buy, when we pool money from multiple investors and then buy bigger assets and multiple assets using those the pooled funds. So that gives these investors their money is spread across multiple businesses, so it's less risky, and they are investing a lesser amount than if they bought a business themselves one-to-one. So for $100,000, we work with you one-on-one, and we identify and buy a business of your liking based on our judgment and our analysis. And it could be anything above $100,000, because that allow us to charge the fee that we think would take us to properly manage and grow that business. So yeah, that's one-on-one. So you own the business in that case 100%, whereas in the group buy you own a fraction of the whole thing, basically.
Got it. So in the I own the business 100%. I'm investing $100,000 and I'm relying on your expertise to make sure that I don't have the same experience you had with your second acquisition of getting scammed and losing my money. So knowing that you know what you're doing and you're going to pick the right target that is aligned with, I assume, a lot of my interests or
Exactly.
desires, and then I'm the CEO of the company. Am I making decisions? Am I operating it at all?
It's mostly passive for you, to be honest, because most investors that work with us do not have an experience in running websites and online businesses. So it's
Right.
completely passive, I'd say. You get a monthly report at the end of every month, uh, that details the work that we did on your business and what we're planning to do in the next month, and how much revenue the site did. All of that, you get a report every month, and you own the business, you own the domain, you own everything. So if I vanish, if my company vanishes, from the face of the earth, you still have that business and you can run it, or you can hire someone else to do it for you. So you're safe there. And even the income is that goes to your account, basically. So we are just managers. We just invoice you for our services. Everything goes to you, the income, the domain, everything. You have full ownership and control. Yeah.
Nice. So I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about
Yeah. And you don't
when.
pay. Yeah, exactly. And you don't pay me the 100,000. We do the deal. We facilitate the deal via escrow.com, escrow, and the money changes hand between you and the seller. And it's very transparent, so you know who you're buying from or who's selling to you. Yeah.
Nice. And as you look at the you've got the $78 million of businesses that you're working with, which is certainly that's a huge number. Where are you looking at the biggest opportunities for growing that? What's kind of next for you?
Yeah, so this business is linearly scalable. It's not exponentially scalable like a software business is. So the more number of businesses I'm managing or acquiring, the more people I need, to run and manage those businesses. And that's a challenging thing because you don't find smart people, who can join your team and work on these businesses, because most people who know how to do this are doing it themselves. That's the thing. So it's tough for us to find the right people for the job, but we are able to find them somehow. So I think the opportunity lies in either going into one niche hard and then making a dominance there, like let's say a personal finance. So you maybe aggregating multiple sites and becoming like a media company in that niche, like a conglomerate, like a new age media company, if you would. That's one opportunity. But another opportunity we see is in the tangential, which is SaaS. Getting into SaaS software is exponentially scalable. You need to make it once, and then you can sell multiple copies of that software, without employing more manpower. So we're looking to build a team in-house for managing and growing SaaS businesses. So that's the next frontier, I'd say, for us at least. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that certainly does make sense. Making the decision to go deep within one industry and then deciding on SaaS. So it's fascinating. In the United States, we are going through this, or there's talk about something called quiet quitting, which is people getting really frustrated with their work and not feeling like it's meaningful. So they kind of stop and just sort of anyway. And you referenced having a hard time finding, because a lot of people are in fact entrepreneurial, so they're doing it on their own.
Yeah,
You seen a shift in
I have.
Indian culture towards that?
I have. Earlier it used to be, why should we hire you as a company? Now the script is changing now. It's kind of flipping on its head. Now candidates are asked like, why should we work for you
Hmm.
that way? So it's kind of, so you need to, salary is not a motivation enough now these days. You need to bring way more than that to the table to attract the best talent. And with the pandemic, I think it's gone really competitive because earlier, uh, like big companies maybe weren't hiring remote only, for remote only positions, but now you're competing with ABC, Google, Microsoft. Everyone is hiring remote, and that's who we are competing with. So small businesses like ours cannot match or offer anywhere close to the salaries that these big corporations can. So it truly takes someone who's truly passionate about what we do to come work with us. Basically, they really want to do this. That's why they come with us. Of course, we give competitive and good salaries. That's a given. Like there's no way around it. So we
Hmm.
need to offer more than that. So only people who are really interested in what we're doing, they are attracted by us, and that's the kind of people we want. Yeah.
Yeah, and I imagine that's also true really of the folks who are investing with you, and so putting their faith and money into your
Exactly.
organization. So
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
what do you really think, or what is your, for lack of a better term, secret sauce, or what is it that you're really good at that attracts investors and employees to Blackbook Investments?
Yeah. I'd say usually you'd maybe hear, ROI is what we can give, and that's an attraction to the investors. But I'd not say ROI. I'd say service and being honest are the two things that we value a lot at Blackbook. So we provide a service that once you've experienced it, you'd not want to move away from us. So and honesty is the second thing. Like I said, we just lay it out. It is, we tell it to you how it is. If your asset is not performing, or if we goofed up, or we just tell that to you. So honesty about what we are doing and what is expected, what is expected of us, or what the investors can expect. We don't make false promises in terms of ROI and all. What is the cherry on the top is that we have been able to provide a really good ROI historically, like almost 29-30% annualized based on our last 7-8 years of working with investors. So that's like a really added bonus. But I don't think that's why people work with us, investors. I think they come because we are genuine. I think we're really genuine as a company and as people in our company. And that's what attracts investors to us, like personal level, I would say.
Yeah, well, I certainly appreciate that. That's what I think, that we would rather just know what's really going on in a situation versus trying to sugarcoat it or dance around it and not address the elephant in the room, or the issues. I'd rather just know, and then we can actually put a plan together for getting past any problems that we're experiencing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I
Love that.
imagine that those things come up all the time because we're talking about, so many different moving parts with e-commerce and software as a
Yeah.
service. So there's probably always something that's not operating perfectly.
Exactly. Something or the other. There's always a fire that's going on. You got to put it out. So sometimes Google will act up, with their new algorithm or new update. Sometimes Amazon will slash their affiliate commission. So there's something or the other always going on. But it is a fine act of balancing investor expectations with the reality. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really exciting, and I think what you're doing makes sense to me as I hear you explain it. So it sounds like it's a great opportunity. What is the process if somebody says, "Yeah, this sounds pretty interesting"? How do you get
Yeah.
started?
Yeah, you just go to our website, blackbookinvestments.com. We're in the process of, redoing the website, but yeah, you can go there and just fill out the investor questionnaire. Uh, it just, a few questions that, asks you what your experience with online businesses, how much you're looking to invest, where you're based, what your expectations are, what your goals are. Then we get on a call with you. We understand your, mindset, what you're looking for, what kind of an investment you're looking for, ROI, and what kind of a general investor you are. Are you risk averse? Are you, okay to taking risks? All of that, and then we start with going out and finding the right deal for you if all checks out. And from there on, we send you deals that are pre-vetted by us. If you like any of those, you tell us, hey, Mohit, I like this one. Can we dig deeper into that? We do that, then we dig deeper into that. We put more people from the team into doing due diligence on that deal. If everything checks out, we get on calls with the seller and try to negotiate on your behalf. So it's totally hands off for you, even when the buying process is going on. And we get you the best deal possible on that purchase. And that's what we charge our fee for. And once the deal has been done, we start managing the business for you, and it's totally passive for you from there. So in short, that's how we work. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
So
That makes
write to
sense.
us. You can go to blackbookinvestments.com or write to me at Mohit at bbi.xyz, and happy to help. Yeah.
BBI.xyz. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, if you enjoyed as much as I did, show Mohit your appreciation and share today's show with a friend who also appreciates good ideas. Go to blackbookinvestments.com and go through that investor questionnaire and find out if this is a good fit for you, and see if there's opportunities that match up with what you're trying to accomplish. And It's Mohit at bbi.xyz.
mohit@xyz.
Perfect. Thanks again, Mohit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, George. Thanks for having me.
And until next time, remember, do your part by doing your best.